Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel and to another Forza Horizon 5 video. And today we're gonna be going over one of the most newest cars in Forza Horizon 5, and we're gonna be going over the Ford XB Falcon. So as you guys can see, this is a very old classic car, and it actually looks pretty nice. So if we look at Forza view, or whatever you guys want to call it, it looks pretty nice. And if we explode the car, then you guys can see in the interior of the car, it has a very cool wheel. So just because it has a good wheel, good steering wheel, we're gonna rate this car 10 out of 10. Not to turn on, but overall this car is extremely cool, and I'm glad that Forza added it back into Horizon. So it's a 1973 Ford XB Falcon GT. It has 300 horsepower, it weighs 3,000 pounds, it's almost in the middle of C-Class. If you guys do want to know how to get this car, you have to go to Festival Playlist and achieve 20 points in the summer wet season. It's literally not that hard. This is the stuff that I did to achieve 21 points. And as you guys can see, I barely did anything and I got this Ford XB Falcon, so it's not that hard to get. I would definitely recommend getting the car. Now, since it is so slow and it's 300 horsepower, right? It's extremely slow. So since it's so slow, we're not going to be going into a stock race because, like I said, guys, I mean, it's not fast. It is the opposite of fast. So what we're going to be doing right away is we're going to upgrade this thing into the best road racer that I could possibly make it. And then after that, then we're going to do a drift build. And then that's pretty much it for the video. So let's get into it right now. Alright, so we finished upgrading this Ford XB Falcon GT, and it is now almost at the middle of S1 class. It's still rear-wheel drive. It has 1,500 horsepower. It still weighs around 3,000 pounds, and it has a different paint job. And when it has a different paint job, you know the car's gonna be better. Sorry for the audio. I'm trying to fix my audio setup. I think it should be good now. Hopefully it is good now. And yeah, we're gonna be just doing a regular race with this, and then we're gonna do a drift build, and then that's gonna be really it for the video, because I believe this car has already been in other Forza games, so I don't really want to do such a long video on this car showcasing it if it's already like been in other games. I don't know, I don't really need to do another like build on this car. But as you guys can see, we're on unbeatable difficulty. Not only did I upgrade this car, I painted the car, I did everything. I even did tuning. So I tuned this car to make sure that it has the best cornering ability that it could do, basically. So the front arrow, or the back arrow, excuse me, is gonna have more downforce than normal. So this car better be good. If it's not, then I'm gonna be very sad. So hopefully it has a lot of understeer for some reason. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I wanted to upgrade it to the most horsepower that it could get to, and I think 1,500 horsepower is like the most it could get up to. I don't think anything can go, this car can go ahead of 1,500 horsepower. So overall, this car sucks to drive. I mean, it is really bad. It keeps on spinning out and everything, and it's super hard to control. Like, you cannot punch this, like, cause look, once you punch it, then it wheel spins and it's in 4th freaking gear. And I mean, it's a muscle car at the end of the day, but holy crap, I cannot control this car. And it doesn't help that it has 1,500 horsepower. I know, I get it, but haven't done an actual build where I made the car with the most horsepower. So yeah, I wanted to do it now because I haven't done my own build where I give it the most horsepower that I could possibly get. This is the first time that I do it in a couple episodes for Forza, and it is not looking good. This Ford has to be a good drift car. I mean, look at this. It has to be a good drift car, guys. There's no way. I refuse to believe that this cannot be a good drift car. I mean, look at it. I'm trying to give it as much handling as possible, and it just won't go anywhere. Like, I don't even want to know what this car would be as a drift car, or a drag car, because this thing cannot go in a freaking straight line. It sucks. I mean, it is very brutal to drive. God, we're gonna have to quit this event. I cannot finish up this race. This car sucks to drive. Overall, I rate this car like a 3 out of 10, so Forza better make it up by drifting. Alright guys, so we have the drift build on this car. Let's see how it does. And we're on the Rally Adventure map, so because I already kind of got, you know, I'm sure you guys probably got bored with the same freaking drift zones that I do in all of my videos, as I'm sure you guys probably know. And this car, it's really hard to drift also. I don't know, there's nothing good about this car except the steering wheel. I mean, this might be the worst car that has ever came out in Forza Horizon 5 history. It sucks. You can't do anything with this car. You can't even do a freaking simple drift zone in this car. You can't race it. You can't drag race it. You can't put it off-road. This car sucks. I mean, it is very, very bad. So, we're gonna do another drift zone. We're gonna see how good this car is. This car, I don't even know how else to put it. It's not good. It can't drift. It can't race, and I'm sure as hell not gonna do a freaking drag race on this car because this car probably sucks when it comes to drag racing, because it's not a fast car. It's not a fast car. It sucks at handling. I thought it was gonna be a good drift car, and it's not even that good of a drift car now, because it's just too not grippy. Like, it's hard to explain, but usually when you drift, you don't think of it being grippy, but in drifting you need some sort of grip so that you can stay on the freaking tire mat, and we can't do that right now. We cannot even stay on the road. Like, it's super hard to stay on the road because this car has no grip. Like, look at this, and it's gonna fall off a mountain, right? It's gonna freaking fall off a mountain. This is the worst car I've ever seen in my life. Holy crap, this car sucks. Holy my god, bro. This car is really bad. I don't know how else to put it. It freaking sucks. It freaking sucks. How can I make this car good? Because right now, this car is not cutting it. It must be one of the worst cars I've ever used in Forza Horizon 5. There is nothing good about this car. It looks kind of ugly, to be honest. The steering wheel is the only good thing about this car, because it's a classic steering wheel. That's the only thing I like about the steering wheel. Look how nice this steering wheel looks. And then the rest of the car freaking sucks to drive. And it's just not good. I don't like the car at all. And I will never make a video on this car ever again. You see, you cannot even drift this car. Literally. And it got stuck on a rock. Really? It got stuck on a freaking rock. This is how bad this car actually is. I don't even have anything to say about this car, but this car is cheeks, bro. It sucks. Holy